just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start looking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start looking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
Hey, bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Hop. On va baisser un peu le son de la musique. Pourquoi là j'ai une moyenne 2 et là j'ai que 1? Il y a un truc qui cloche. Ça c'est pas normal non plus. Ok. Tac et tac. Bon, les annonces, c'est sûrement des corrections de bugs comme d'hab. Tiens, je vais regarder. Ah, ta gueule. Ouais. Est-ce que ça marche seulement? Est-ce que ça me les compte? Ah, faut absolument les partager. Moi, j'ai pas envie de les partager. Si je fais ça. Ok. Bon, je supprime tout, hein. Évidemment. C'est juste pour les récompenses. Apparemment, ça peut donner des primos. Ce qui m'intéresse. Ok. La sérénité hier, laquelle ne sait pas nécessaire la fabrication peinture rouge. Bah c'est ça. Quel est ce personnage suivant? Je vais utiliser les fleurs de cerisier. Pour de l'élément électro. Où poussent les calpalotus? Oh je sais plus. Calpalotus. C'est pas ça. Ok. Lequel de ces plantes n'est pas spécifique à Fontaine? D'accord. Farine, viande, tomate. Ok. Bon, en fin de compte, elle fait tout toute seule. C'est que les trucs spéciaux à eux. Et du coup, c'est bon. Tenter d'obtenir une figurine. Vas-y, je vais poster le lien. C'est juste un lien énorme. On va voir ce que ça fait. Je veux juste voir ce que ça fait. Mince, j'ai pas. Tac. Ah. Ok. Bon, c'est bon, on a tout fait. Tac. Ah oui, tous les trucs téléchargés là. Dossier. Oh, tout est là en ligne. Oh, c'est parfait. Hop. Supprimer. Bon. Bah, merci. En plus de la fatalité, donc c'est pour faire les vœux de personnages là. Incroyable. Oh, ça a été réagencé ça. Ou alors il y a de nouvelles quêtes. Ça je l'avais pas hier. Ça je l'avais pas non plus. What the fuck. Mais moi je veux faire la quête de Neuvillette. Il y a des nouveaux... Non c'était KV. Kaya. Mais ouais j'en ai encore à faire. Lui j'ai jamais fini. Jamais eu la patience de le faire. C'était trop chiant, trop long.
It's been a while since we last saw Neuvillette. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Ouais, je pense que j'ai bien fait de finir la quête principale avant. Parce que là, ça parle de sa vraie identité. Alors, on l'apprend qu'à la fin de la quête principale. Je pense que finir la quête principale était un prérequis de cette quête. Puis on s'intéressera peut-être à quelques quêtes du monde. Le temps que la nouvelle mage d'Onkai sorte. C'est une mélusine. Et c'est pas Situin.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
Oh, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are...
Neuvillette! Sabine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Ugh, Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate it. Now, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective? Hmm?
I trust that you'd be able to work that out with how well connected you are. But I must apologize. I do not plan on relying on anyone else's help for this matter.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have.
I have no idea why you're so hung. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist...
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Come on, stop being so secretive. We still have no idea what's going on.
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and...
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of the incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to melusines. All melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the... Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the... It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one? There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different... However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you...
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how... You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons, and taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider. A fish out of water.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the...
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like...
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done.
J'ai vu une façon de jouer Neuvillette
Let us go.
assez particulière.
We should visit Chiara first and try to gain a better understanding
Les gars
of the
boostent
situation.
la sensibilité de leur souris à fond. Et ils utilisent le méga jet d'eau et ils tournent dans tous les sens. Et ils tuent tout le monde comme ça.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot of things.
Cicatrice du passé.
Paimon's been thinking. But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Ok. Paimon qui ramène encore sa science. Jonction fluviale de la cour. Bon, il arrive quand lui? Ah, voilà. J'ai jamais fait gaffe, mais je trouve stylé les gants qu'elle a à ses mains. En vrai.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
Vous voyez qu'elle a une tenue spéciale Fontaine, bon, elle coûte cher. Enfin, elle coûte cher, elle coûte des vrais sous, quoi. On peut pas la drop.
The weather's amazing today.
Kiara,
Pardon.
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Aw, she's adorable! Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right! I remember now. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious? Ah!
Did you think of some?
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone.
Hmm.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions. We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Marmonia to Kiara. You should come with us. It's safer if you stay close.
Sure! Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it.
Thank you, Traveler. Big sis Paimon.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See? So, Kiara, how old are you?
Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
Carol?
400 ans.
Did Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Ah, quand même. Ouais, c'est Charlotte.
Strange. Paimon thought.
Kiara, you're here. Huh?
On doutait un peu avec la photo.
These two.
Elle est couchée à la falaise sur le lit, mais elle chiale. Elle chouine.
I thought so. What brings you here?
Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around.
May I begin inspecting the stores?
Of course.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all.
That was quick. What were you inspecting?
I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us melusines have special eyes that can see things people can't. Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we melusines can see their residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my mom.
Of course! Is there any...
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be up.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh!
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha! Ah! Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter.
Threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you meant.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is but it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, so imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were
Je vais
investigating
fermer la
something
fenêtre parce
too.
que j'ai froid.
The perfect opportunity to... Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
En fin de compte, j'étais fermé toutes les fenêtres parce qu'il pleut. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Arrête. Mais qu'est-ce que tu veux? Fais doudou.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
All right.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little... Shh, not so loud. It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry. I know what I'm doing, but I gotta warn you. Even if I keep my lips sealed, others would...
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized. Anyway, I'll get going now.
Well, that was a nice chat.
Ah. C'est Chlorane.
What do you think?
Il me semblait qu'elle était plus grande que ça. Je sais pas pourquoi.
I think it's great.
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Haran, what are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Oh, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have some.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands.
C'est parfait. En vrai, je suis en train d'hésiter. Bah, j'aimerais bien savoir le kit de Chlorane. Oh, il fait noir là. Mais je suis en train de me dire que peut-être, en vrai, avoir Chlorane à la place de Raiden, ça peut être pas mal. Je sais pas si ce serait un bon sub DPS ou même main DPS. Avec Silan qui applique Hydro, ça ferait des électrocutions. Mais bon, avec Ayaka, ça serait chiant parce que c'est aussi un main DPS. Avoir deux main DPS, c'est pas terrible.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks...
We thought so too. Well,
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and
they both sound like pretty solid plans. But can you really?
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
À propos de Fiosley.
Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise... If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work...
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You ready?
All right, let us take a break then.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least... The silence is making pun...
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be...
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, he seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like Diluc. What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all...
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam woods. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch. While one distinct differences exist between the waters of each area, you will appreciate their intricacies once you taste.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you think?
Nope.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in finding your taste.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. I'm pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in... Sorry. Paimon was just curious.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed...
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure...
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my ownings. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly. Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tevat. Abruptly visiting could very well put...
True. Some of them have very... unique personality.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
Have you made any progress then?
Je vais la descendre parce que elle est chiante.
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between.
Hey.
That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories, and if there really were an organization attempting to use melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain. Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the...
J'ai encore fait les 4 trucs. Je ne sais pas comment. Tiens, qu'est-ce que ça dit? Divers tâches dont vos aventures pour obtenir. Terminer les quêtes d'archon. Ah. Collecter des oculus. Regarde-vous, cristal de lumen, panache de lumière purificatrice. Ouvrez des coffres. Ok. Ah. Ça j'ai débloqué en débloquant la map, forcément. Mais c'est bizarre parce qu'hier je l'avais pas, c'est sûr, j'avais regardé mes quêtes. C'est où que je dois aller? Là je dois sortir. Pourquoi j'ai plus la quête? En compagnie d'experts. C'est la quête que j'ai déclenchée sans faire exprès. Ouais mais en plus c'est super loin. Ah bah non c'est là. À côté de la fontaine. Il y a 1000 mètres du palais à là. Et je me souviens de Mondstadt à Libu. Donc de Catherine à Catherine. Il y avait genre 3800 mètres je crois. À peu près. Ouais, je me dis que Furina aussi peut être pas mal. Parce qu'elle appliquerait l'élément hydro avec Hilan. Et du coup avec Ayaka je pourrais genre freeze tout le monde. Ils viennent bien de Limu, là ça me semble.
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do? Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps.
A safe distance? No. Whoa, it's glowing!
Mhm. Je suis dans le passé. Et Carole.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never...
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot...
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. But I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to. For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the
Comme lui.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel this. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head, and I tried really hard not to cry.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of...
Huh? Is he the person I met in the past?
Yes? Do you...
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future.
Ok. Donc là c'est Vautrin. Et Carole sûrement. Vautrin du gendarme. Ah non, pas d'Erico.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello. I'm Carol. A melusine. Is there a...
Get away from here! I'm calling.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized?
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillette
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well.
Go away! Quit!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never...
Solving cases? With Neuvillette in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated it all. So tell me, how can you guarantee that you melusines aren't involved in anything that...
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchaussée Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards melusines being involved.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the...
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah, I don't understand. Why won't...
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best of...
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I still want to try a little harder. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out.
Give them to me.
You're not...
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can...
Ok. Finalement, il a l'air sympathique, ce Vautrin. Neuvillette, Vautrin. Et du coup, Carole.
Monsieur Neuvillette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping melusines gain the trust of...
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it. It won't be long before melusines begin living peacefully with the humans.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
You blockhead! Don't ruin...
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the heart. Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette will be left.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time...
Ok. Des gros enculés en soi. En somme.
Turn the murderer in!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests... They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvillette confess to it. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth?
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. We were after Carol all along. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their death...
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette wouldn't accept...
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after this, I will take responsibility for everything.
Did you know? You're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking... We should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guarantee... Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he'd...
Yeah, that's right! This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent!
He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge, I understand your decision. Which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Therefore, you will be—
What? That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to—
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Is this what justice means to you?
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Card...
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the fountain of Lucine to boil over, due to my negligence. The overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well.
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Pipe. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the fountain of Lucine.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exact. Which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Paimon's starting to lose. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggler. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at—
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
You know, it could be because you attract more. Anyway, Any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on the... Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the melusines. I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the...
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating it.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening melusines? Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicion...
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be...
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out.
Come on. Don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right. Let's go buy a cake.
You shouldn't ever skip meals. Especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them...
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh! Look! Is it that Neuvillette? I think he's looking at...
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover...
Y aller à pied au cas où j'entends un truc sur la route.
Take it easy.
Bon, il n'y a pas l'air d'avoir en discussion. Mince.
Welcome to the Navia line. This journey will be returning to the court of Fontaine. I am Alfan, your tour guide for this trip. But I hope you won't mind if my commentary fails to do justice to the majestic views before your eyes. To the right of the aquabus, suspended in midair, is Fontaine's renowned research institute. I hear the employees there do crazy overtime regardless of rank or distinction. I'm not sure if that had anything to do with the incident. Excellent. We've reached the terminal station. Please prepare to disembark. I don't mean to hurry you, but there are just so many attractions in the court of Fontaine worth visiting. I recommend that you begin sightseeing as soon as possible, so you encounter as many of these treasures as you can. As for me, I might use this opportunity for a rest. Maybe I'll go to our ways for a cup of coffee. Even tour guides need a pick-me-up now and then.
Ah, ça sauve pas ça. Ah.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaux. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah!
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders, but who did not participate. Among them, surveillance of Essan has ceased on account of his good behavior. All...
So many names. Is the one who sent that threat?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essan. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case. And he...
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina de Rasula just checked. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect,
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only...
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here.
Eh bien, allons-y. Voilà. Ça va te faire une gueule enterrement.
people.
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of...
I've wanted to have a meetup like this.
But... Oh well, let's get back to business. Has there anyone called...
Yes.
You're Essa?
Yes.
Did you write that threatening letter to...
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico. Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as...
You've done more than enough. I'm extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's a...
All right then, let's head to the fortress.
Waouh, c'était si simple.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves in this place.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention... Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the...
Who does this guy think he is?
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melas. To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag.
He's got the same concerns we do.
I'm concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my...
That's an easy one. Let me think.
Oh, did I hear someone say melusine? What happened? Zijween! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her... Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still...
Head nurse. Do you require me to...
Writhsley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's...
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble.
Whoa! If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something more...
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. And watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
Du coup, je comprends mieux quand elle dit que c'est une nouvelle lettre qu'il a envoyée ici, en fait. C'est grâce à lui que les mélusines sont intégrées dans la société, quoi.
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon.
Huh?
Il n'y a plus Liné, Linette et Féminé.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to... Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks any... Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Sejuin. Concerned about everyone's health is all. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait.
Okay.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested in joining?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as we have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats helping each other is our purpose. At the same time,
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
all we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious, but people won't give us a hard time if we...
Interested in joining the mutual aid? If you'd like to learn more, here's our slogan may have evolved over the century. Here, this book is for you.
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the mutual aid network designed by our first. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though. The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone.
Donc,
He encouraged all of
il
us
aurait été à
have
la
a lot of
forteresse. Peut-être que c'est le premier président de la forteresse.
Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people who wore the badges belong to an organ. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace.
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remains should belong to...
Oh, so the network wasn't... Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office.
All right. Let us talk to him first.
Hop là.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want? What are you gonna do?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you if... Was it your idea to send that letter to... Hassan has already confessed, so there is...
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your...
Yes.
Who is pulling your...
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of, I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more, and after making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marais Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, but I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the melusines? Over that?
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against him, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto melusines to salvage things. I recall that Chiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Chiara and force her to resign from the Marais.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any—
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's—
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate—
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared.
And how long ago was—
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the melusines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the melusines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for
Monsieur Neuvillette, the melusines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also when people refused to place their trust in melusines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole—
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, it isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my— It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and—
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled—
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works while some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Mamornia's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at... I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way.
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you invest...
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Menace. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never in other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very... That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from express... Well then, let us head back.
Please, take care.
Ok.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials, hey!
What I really think is, every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
That is indeed as I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice that these changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a I will try to contemplate this further.
Oh, huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meropide. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Ah, t'es stylé la cinématique, en vrai.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the melusine ship is—
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way—
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the Palais.
What a relief!
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette.
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider... Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer...
Oh. Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Elle est où? Elle est dans le bureau de Neuvillette. Elle est là. Ouais, c'est dans son bureau. Elle dort. Super.
Kiara?
Monsieur...
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the...
Let me think. I can't buy the way. I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara. I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delight.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time.
Ok, bah c'était cool, en vrai. Bon, encore une fois, pas beaucoup de combats, bon c'est un peu le thème de Fontaine. Mais c'était quand même plus dynamique que les deux dernières quêtes d'Archon. On était vraiment bloqué à un endroit là. On tournait en rond. On progressait pas. Il y a encore une zone que j'ai pas découvert. Ah si, non, j'ai été chercher deux statues. J'ai pas été chercher tous les points de TP.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra app.
Ah, je veux voir aussi. Est-ce que les quêtes quotidiennes donnent toujours des primos? Je peux pas faire. Je peux pas les faire. Bon d'accord. Une nouvelle quête de réputation, ouais. Bon du coup. Qu'est-ce qu'il me veut ce gosse? Ok. Non c'est pas ça. Si c'est ça. Ouais. Ah si, je l'ai débloqué quand je suis passé à côté. Du coup. Mais je l'ai pas vu pop comme ça hier. Je suis passé à côté. C'est une quête importante qui va me permettre de débloquer une zone, c'était marqué. J'ai toujours pas compris comment ça marchait ces trucs là. Ah d'accord. Hein? La vie est comme une comédie noire et les sages reçoivent toujours les ordres des imbéciles. Je ne suis qu'un acteur amateur qui n'est plus capable de jouer le rôle. L'image cryptée est une invention inutile, tout comme l'échantillonneur, capacité initiale 2.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
Ok. Oh, merci pour le follow. J'ai pas eu la notification. J'ai ouvert la barrière, mais du coup...
Gotcha.
Il y a un chiron cristal là-bas. Aventurier d'élite. Ouais, il cherche quelqu'un pour les expériences et pour la nouvelle zone. Comment ça sans rémunération? Rémunération. Comment ça je serais pas payé? Wow. Finalement je m'en fous. Bon, tu sais quelle est le lit de contenu? Elle doit être en dessous. Ah, je peux transférer l'énergie. Je l'ai pompé là et je l'ai foutu là-bas. D'accord.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Ah bah il est là, je passe à côté. C'est à cause de la musique que je l'ai pas entendu. Parce que normalement ils font des bruits. Mais bon, surtout ces quêtes là, t'as intérêt à avoir de la musique. Parce qu'il y a pas de musique de fond. Enfin, pas trop. Et surtout, les personnages ne parlent pas. Je vais check vite fait. S'il y a des trucs annoncés sur Twitter à propos de Honkai. Quelqu'un vient de like un de mes tweets de novembre 2022. Ah oui, je voulais faire explorer. Ok. Il y a un trailer de la 1.4. Oh. On ira regarder. Ah mais ça c'est en Kai. Impact, c'est pas au Kai Star Rail. Official news. Seal rerun. Avec Queen et Fun. Lucas. What? Déjà? Elle a 1.4. Première phase Jingliu, deuxième phase Topaz et Compti et Seal. Avec Queen Eiffen. 1.4 sur un free 5 star entre Serval, Pelol, Lucas et Hook. Ouais, aucun de ceux-là m'intéresse. Oh les... Hein? D'accord. Les codes. Europe. Ok. Utiliser. Ok. En voilà un. En voilà deux. En voilà 3. Je vais le faire pour le compte secondaire aussi. Je fais pas toujours sur le compte secondaire. Hop. Donc celui-là. Ok. Perso, c'est Topaz qui m'intéresse. Voilà, c'est fait. En 5 étoiles, et Queen Eiffen principalement. Voilà, ça pareil donc Impact, un peu de Star Rail. Oula. Heureusement que je monte pas Twitter. Hein. Parce qu'il y a des fanarts un peu, mais très bon. Voilà. Ok. Bon. Arrêtez là. Continuez sur... Là-bas, je crois que j'ai un point de TP là. Ok, donc on a les infos sur les bannières. J'ai pas vu d'infos sur le skin de March 7. Je suis sûr que c'est là-haut. Pourquoi il y a plein de mechas ici? J'entends un bruit mécanique. Non? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Ah oui, c'est... Je vois ce que c'est. C'est vous qui faites tout ce bordel?
Quietly now. Things are about to get dark.
My apologies. The night is cold. Stars. Kamisato art. Sometsu. Ha! Yeah! Ha! Take flight. Ha! Yeah! Yeah!
Ah, faut peut-être que je le recharge en énergie avant. Avec ça, du coup. Ok. Je commence un peu à comprendre ces trucs-là, du coup. Je ne sais pas à quoi sert l'énigme. En soi.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Je sais pas à quoi ça sert ces trucs-là. Mais j'ai vu quelqu'un sur Twitter qui disait que... Enfin, qu'il est farmé, quoi. Soit servir pour un personnage.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Il y en avait ici, non? Je crois qu'il y avait un chien. Si je les tue, il apparaissent pas. Ah, si c'est ça, c'est cool. Un peu que pour farmer, non? C'est peut-être uniquement lié à la quête. You are, you are, you are, you are. Merde. Oui, je sais. Ok, bizarre. Laissez-moi aller chercher le coffre, c'est tout ce que je veux.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues. Game's up. Fun's over.
Don't be scared.
Out of my way!
Whirling
What the... J'ai des petits bugs de texture. J'ai l'impression que ça clignotait un peu. Ah, salut toi. Moi j'hésite du coup à quel perso je pourrais prendre. Entre Furina, Raiden et Chlorinde. Parce que Furina, si je le mets là, j'ai 2 hydros. 2 hydros, ça me donne 25% de PV en plus, je crois. Un truc comme ça. Quoique 25, ça fait beaucoup. Hein. Ouais, 25% de PV max. 25% de PV max, ça me donne plus de heal sur Shinobu. Ça me donne plus de dégâts sur le dé de Ilan. Plus Furina qui devrait donner des buffs. Ayaka en main DPS qui tabasse. En vrai, en soi, ça peut être pas mal. Sur le papier. Mais j'ai vu qu'apparemment, Furina scalerait bien avec genre Utao. Dia. Ah, peut-être avec Yoimiya aussi, ça peut être pas mal en vrai. C'est pas ce que je cherche, c'est pas où je dois chercher. C'est pas solo. Ah. Quand tu sais pas, tu pètes tout.
it. Whirling snow! Embrace the ice! Things are about to get tight.
Not now. Cole, mine's a
Take flight!
Les choux. Ah bah il est là. Je pensais qu'il était sous l'eau. Du coup faut que tu les hippocampes. Commencez par lui, ce sera plus simple.
My guiding stars. Don't be
Whirling snow! Sakura swirl! Our bond is strong! Take flight!
But the night is cold. Cold.
I'll settle this! Gotcha! Game's up! Fun's over!
Heureusement qu'elle fait encore de bons dégâts physiques quand même. Oh, c'est un copé 3.
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Je n'ai plus de batterie. Je reviens.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. A blade embraces its duty, as the jeweler cherishes their genesis.
Ouais, je crois qu'on pourra au prochain 4.2 avec Furina. Je crois les phases 1 en plus. En espérant l'avoir. Bon, j'ai raté mon dernier 50-50, donc j'aurai 100% de chance de l'avoir si j'ai un 5 étoiles. Ah, j'ai pas remis la cam.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear, like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun, running, running, no.
Il n'a pas l'air très compétent ce chercheur. Pardon. Je tâte putain de ça. Ah non. Attends. Ouais, ça va. Ouais, j'ai vu un top 10 des persos les plus joués. Et dans le top 10, j'ai que Ilan, qui est top 3 d'ailleurs. Top 2 même. C'est vrai qu'elle est très populaire, Ilan. Elle est très... Déjà, elle est très forte. J'allais en bas, mais j'ai envie de suivre ça. Ok. Ah, je suis déjà venu ici.
Not now. Stars, shine. My apologies.
Je sais buter les deux avant qu'ils mettent leur bouclier. Alors, du coup, comment... Si j'ai capté comment ça marche. Il faut que je trouve un moyen d'activer ça. Probablement en haut. Ok, il y a juste des carottes. Et des pommes. Parce que pour activer ça, il faudrait qu'il y ait des cellules d'énergie qui traînent quelque part. Mais ce n'est point le cas. Ah, ici? Bah oui. Oh. Sur le mélo. Ok.
Today is a lucky day.
Ah oui, c'est ça. Et du coup, si je prends ça, par exemple. Bah ça marche. École des applications holocroïdes. C'est pas ce que je voulais faire.
Here comes the catch.
Yes, unthinkable! Sakura swirl! My apologies! Whirling snow! Embrace the ice! The night is cold. Stand with me! My apologies! Take flight! Sakura swirl!
Je suis sûr que j'ai quelque chose à faire avec ce mur. Oui. Pas tout de suite.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Ouais, je peux pas te choper avec ça. Je me mets là. Je prends ça. Allez, faut que j'appuie.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time. Game's up. Fun's over.
Not now. Our bond is strong. Lightning, cold. Learn to
Embrace the ice!
Quietly now.
Whirling snow!
Collecting rare and exquisite treasures. Yes, this seem suitably sophisticated.
J'ai eu un canapé, super. Faut que je retourne à l'institut. Donc ça, c'est les ruines de l'institut. Étrange.
Take flight. Here comes the catch.
Don't be scared. Dissipate.
Today is a
Voilà, il me
lucky
pète non
day.
plus les couilles comme ça. Je prends Nilan, ça ira mieux. J'ai très envie de rentrer dans cette bulle. Je m'en doute un peu. Est-ce que le blob hydro il peut se noyer? Non. Miaou. J'ai peut-être une idée. Tiens, donne-moi ton âme. Hop. Merde. Ici, ce sera très bien d'avoir nomade.
What do you want for...
Oh, il y a un truc là. Oh. Il y a une fée. Ouais, du monde.
Cry louder!
Whirling snow!
Ah oui. Ce n'est pas du sol.
Today is a lucky day.
Ok, il n'y a rien dans ce cube. Pion.
Take it easy.
Ah, ça me l'a débloqué. Super.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
My Sakura swirl! Stand with me. I'll settle this. Yeah. Whirling snap.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
Ouais, ce qui m'intéresse ici, c'est les hydroculus, parce que je ne voudrais ne pas revenir.
Behold! Squall and Fury!
J'ai tombé tout en bas.
The wind rises.
Note, je serai dessus. Est-ce que... En dessous, du coup. Ah, c'est un temple, ouais. Un sanctuaire. Bon, faut que j'aille revoir l'autre. Miaou.
Squall and fury.
C'est bien qu'on fasse les couleurs, non? Mais il est où mon point de TP? C'est ça? Ouais.
Quietly.
Take flight! Yeah! Our bond is strong!
Kamisato art. Sometsu! Here comes the catch.
My apologies! Take flight!
Il est bien fait le vent. Bah y'a rien. Ah c'est peut-être pour ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Oh j'ai été explosé. Oh. Quoi? Il y a de l'eau mais c'est pas de l'eau.
My apologies.
Non, je peux pas entrer là-dedans.
Embrace the ice.
Gotcha. Behold. Gotcha. Unsightly insects.
Take flight. Whirling snow.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun.
Mais c'est interminable.
My apologies. Take flight. Our bond is strong.
Je sais pas ce que je dois faire. Hein? Ok, je peux pas rentrer. Bien, approche-toi de là. Comment que je dois faire? J'ai une méduse, mais j'ai rien à exploser. Allez, monte. Et bordel. Le seul truc que j'ai, c'est ça. Hein? Et c'est tout. Donc depuis tout à l'heure, je tourne autour. J'ai pas le truc récupéré. Bien. Simple, c'est que je me téléporte en haut. Ok, on slide. Oh pitié, pas encore 50 combats. Surtout les édolons, ils sont chiants à tuer. Bon, c'est toujours plus passionnant que du blabla. Loup. Hop, je vais me téléporter sur le cube en haut. Là, je suis bête. Est-ce que les dolons, est-ce que tout simplement pas les dolons, l'hydro... Oui, l'hydroculus. Ah, j'ai plus de... Ok, ça va. une fée. Guide-moi jusqu'à l'hydroculus. Elle est partie où? Je l'ai perdu, elle est là. Ouah, 4 fées à amener. Ouah, flemme un peu. En plus, il y a des murs invisibles, super. Ou allez vous faire foutre. Il y avait un anneau là. D'accord, je crois que je vais me battre avec eux. Il est beau le ciel en violet. Bon, on se laisse pas tomber dessus parce que c'est pas vraiment de l'eau. Mais tu peux pas emmener dans le cube là? Donc j'ai de faire un détour comme ça. Ploup. Donc on cherche un truc bizarre. Ok. Alors, est-ce que d'ici je peux atteindre ça là-bas? Non. C'est impossible. Là, le point de TP il est au sol, je crois. Ouais. Ça ne sert à rien. Il faut que je sois à 100 mètres plus haut. Oula, va falloir que j'arrête bientôt. Oh, c'est quoi le truc là-bas? On dirait un espace de méca géant. En construction par des brutocolinus. Ah, on ne fait pas tourner en rond. Ah 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 ah. Ok, c'est Corpien. J'ai rien dit. On va se battre, hein. Je sais pas comment t'es censé faire en vrai. Parce que je passe au-dessus avec nomade banal. Ah, ils m'ont mis un plafond. Quoi? Ah, il faut que je passe là comme ça. Bon, en espérant que ce soit la fin, parce que je vais devoir y aller.
Gotcha. Whirling snow. Our bond is strong.
Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Take flight.
Ouh.
Dishonored. Whirling snow. Dissipate.
Take it easy.
C'est chaud. Tiens, il y a qu'à manger une pizza. Toi aussi, hop. Ça te fera du bien. Mange ça. Mange ça.
Busted. Take flight.
Behold, search for it. The wind rises. Bow your head.
Ouah.
Whirling snow. Gotcha.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Dissipate. Out of my way.
On a tout purifié. Attendez, faut que j'aille check un truc. Je reviens. Et c'est bon. Oh. Ouais, j'ai pas eu de succès pour la fin de la quête de Neuvillette. Oh, je suis loqué. La fin du fin. Bon bah voilà. Du coup bah c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. Hop. Bon c'était un stream sympathique. On a fait la quête d'histoire de Neuvillette. Et on a fait un peu l'histoire de l'Institut de recherche de Fontaine. On a été tout en haut des cubes là. Bon, il n'y a rien de bien intéressant en fin de compte. À part des troculus. Des petits trésors. Hop. Ouais, mets-toi à jour, Twitter. Oh. Oh, mais c'est génial ça. Okay. Oui, je vais vous dire. En gros, là, d'après le tweet, Furina, sa compétence, c'est d'invoquer trois espèces de mini-cœurs là, qui attaquent un ennemi. En gros. Et là, base on current arc alignment, je sais pas c'est quoi, elle peut en faire apparaître un qui heal. C'est un truc de fou. Bon, par contre, je vois rien sur Honkai, c'est bizarre. Pourtant, le live va être terminé. Honkai, c'est un rail. Ouais, il y aura les diff qui pool, forcément, comme d'hab. Les codes, les fanarts. Encore des fanarts, heureusement qu'il n'y a pas de... Je ne monte pas. Tiens. Ça a duré même pas 1 heure, 50 minutes. La bande-annonce de la 1.4, ça y est. On va regarder. Je vais remettre ça.
My friends, join me in this dance. Let's bring this exquisite celebration to its climax.
Billabong might be in arrears, but I'm out of pocket. Go Levy!
I returned to the Luofu so I could surrender myself to the Alliance and atone for my sins. This will be the last you see of me. Blade of Moonlight. High Cloud Quintet. It is time to say goodbye.
Donc là, Gwyneth. Ah, il a l'air génial son truc. Atterronsvoir. Ça a l'air pas mal aussi ça. On peut jouer les ennemis? Ok. What the fuck? Similar Universe Event, ok. Ok. Bon ben, ça arrive vite. Hop. Bon sur ce, je vous souhaite une bonne fin d'après-midi. Je vous mets le lien du YouTube pour voir toutes les rediffusions et... non, j'ai mis un commande Twitch? Non, non. Et du Twitter pour avoir toutes les rediffusions, toutes les annonces de live. Les rediffusions c'est sur YouTube, juste au-dessus. Et sur ce, bah, je vous dis à lundi, peut-être, pour un prochain stream. Et sur ce, bah, passez un bon week-end. Ciao, ciao.